Time now for the STOHD.com Diamond in the Rough, and it's K-Tribe infielder Casey Frawley. Talked about him some last year. STOHD.com's Tony Lastoria says the 17th round pick from the '09 draft out of Stetson. Scrappy player who isn't very big and does not have a ton of strength, but does have some surprising power, which is the result of some very good bat speed and a unique ability to square the ball up with the bat. Has decent speed, plays smart, shows good leadership abilities on the field, solid defender with some versatility. He can play almost anywhere in the infield and could be a utility option in the big league someday.
Yeah, I like what Casey brings to the table. He's not a very big kid, but he has the passion and the desire to get better day in and day out, and that's what you like to see in these types of diamonds in the roughs that we talk about all the time.
And you can read more about Indians prospects every week on Minor Happenings. That's on STOHD.com, and also in Tony's book listing the 100 top Tribe prospects. Welcome back to the show, Indians Minor League Magazine. Chris Tremy, a couple of years ago, was the manager for Class A Kinston. After a year as a roving instructor, he's now back as a manager with the Akron Arrows. With this week's Minor League Insider, here's Will Ewick.
Welcome into Minor League Insider. I'm joined with Akron Arrows manager Chris Tremy. Chris, you spent last season with the Arizona League, and then you made this move. Besides the weather, what's the big change in that?
Well, it's definitely a different level. That's a beginning level for us guys coming in, a lot younger, less experienced. Here they've played a few years, have a few years underneath their belt, and maybe came out of college, and it's just a little more advanced style of baseball, and the players a little more advanced.
Kind of a long way from where you started with the study of kinesiology, but does that help you at all with your coaching, with the muscles and everything?
Well, it does. It's been quite a while, to be honest with you, since those college days, but you know, it did help a little bit. And it's basically a coaching degree that you get out of college and go on to be a high school coach or college coach or something like that. So, you know, there is some benefit to it for sure.
You spent 14 seasons bouncing around some of the minor league levels there. And is that an experience that you can kind of hone in on and go back to, where it allows you to put yourself in the shoes of these guys here? How does that help?
Well, I try to remember, you know, daily and hopefully as long as I'm in this game, what it felt like to be a player, to be going through those things at the beginning levels and up through the minor leagues and even a little bit at the big league level. And met a lot of interesting people, a lot of different players across, good players, and learned a lot from them, both pitchers and players, and just drawing from those experiences, I try to incorporate those things I learned from all those great people into you know, what I try to give some of these kids and the way I conduct myself and just the professionalism in it. It was a great experience.
And you're coming into a team, if you look up at all the banners, that has been a winning program in the recent history. Is that kind of an added pressure coming in on the first season?
No, I wouldn't say it's pressure. I mean, they've had a great run here. It's good. They've had a lot of championship teams, a lot of teams in the playoffs, and that's great for the community and great for the organization, for the Arrows, and it's good for Cleveland too. It says we've put a lot of good players through here in the last, you know, however many years it's been now, and I know 4 or 5 for sure. So it says a lot about all those people, and as far as pressure goes, we're here for these guys to play, and they want to win. They play to win, and they're playing to get to the big leagues as well. So that's our focus, to get them better, to help them get better, to help them get to the next level, and along the way, if they do those things, we'll probably have a pretty good team.
You're talking about this Cleveland system that a lot of the experts are kind of viewing as one of the better farm systems in the major leagues right now. What's your opinion of the talent that you have out here?
We as an organization feel very good about where we're at with talent-wise and what we have coming up and what we have up there, and our youth, and not just that they're young players, but they're talented players, good players, and a lot of them are ready to make an impact right now, and the ones that are coming up are right behind them. So we're very happy with what's going on here in the organization.
What would you say the strongest part of this team is right now?
You know, I think we're pretty well balanced, to be honest with you. It's early in the season right now, but we got a really good starting 5, strong bullpen from what I've seen and what I know of them in the past, and a good lineup that plays good defense. Got a little bit of pop. We got some guys that can run, and it's just a very well balanced team. And if it all comes out on the field the way it should be, and they play up to their capabilities, it's going to be very exciting.
You have any personal goals you're trying to set this year as your first season here in Akron?
You know, honestly, my personal goal is when I work with players, I work with a team, is my personal goal is to try to help as many and as often as I can those players reach their potential to get to the next level, and then ultimately get to the big leagues. And if that is what happens, I'll be very happy, regardless of wins or losses, to be honest with you. You know, I like to win as a competitor like everybody else, but my main goal is to see how much improvement these players can do over the next 4 or 5 months.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
All right, Will, Chris, thanks a lot for that. Chris Tremme, a veteran of pro baseball, and Jason, a guy that you played against in the minor leagues, right?
Yeah, he was with the White Sox. I believe he was with Baltimore also. But you look at this guy, and I really think that at the AA level, you have to have a strong manager there. Mike Sarbaugh was there for a long time, did a very nice job. Chris is there now, doing a very good job. These guys understand what baseball takes and the time commitment it takes at that level.
Yeah, Chris, a good baseball guy. Good to have him in the organization managing in Akron. All right, we'll take a break here with Indians Minor League Magazine. And coming up, we'll take a look at a guy who was a tough sign after last year's draft, Tyler Holt, but he's signed and he's producing in Kinston. More on him when we come back.
Beautiful. 26, 36 feet per second up.